Moonrise Kingdom is a film by Wes Anderson, king of the twee. It is one of the tweest things I've ever seen in my entire life, and I've been in the vegan bakery on weekday afternoons. The kind of humor employed in this movie, because it is first and foremost a comedy, is the kind of deadpan that's so deadpan it could easily pass for terrible acting, which is, of course, the best kind of deadpan. Bill Murray is in this movie, of all people, and he's horrible. His acting is so bad, and it's really, really funny. Having also watched the, in my opinion, much superior Grand Budapest Hotel, another Wes Anderson movie that came out last year and was nominated for an Oscar, I think I can properly appreciate the humor now. The first time I saw Moonrise Kingdom, I wasn't entirely convinced it was funny because I thought maybe it was being played straight. Like I said, after seeing the Grand Budapest Hotel, I now know that this kind of deadpan, so unfunny it's hilarious humor is definitely on purpose, and it does work. Not all the time, but enough of the time. The plot here is that our young hero, I forgot his name because it's been a few months since I watched it, runs away from his small home in Maine, I think it's Maine, and meets up with this girl he's fallen in love with, whose name I've also forgotten. Their relationship has no feet to stand on, and this is played up adequately. They don't know each other really, their only correspondence so far being by letters, and they don't have anything in common except that they're both really weird and are perhaps able to see that quality within each other. Both actors are great, maybe because the worse they act, the funnier it is, hence Wes Anderson's whole sense of humor, and they even look the part. They're the definition of twee spawn, which is something I just made up now. After they run away, hijinks ensue. The guy from Birdman plays the Cub Scout leader here, and he's amusing, even though sometimes I feel like he's too aware of how funny he is. The key in a Wes Anderson movie, I infer, is to master your deadpan so that no one can possibly tell that you have any emotions except occasional, mild, ironic surprise. The kid from the Grand Budapest Hotel was a deadpan master. The two kids in this one are actually quite good at it, maybe because nobody got around to telling him it was supposed to be funny and so they didn't try too hard. The writing is very good, as is to be expected in a twee movie, although it does drag and get weirdly uninteresting as it goes along. It more or less picks up during the climax, which just barely treads the line of acceptable satirical irony, but there's a little too much drag to say it was that exciting the whole way through. In its best moments, it's quite entertaining. Never uproariously hilarious, sure, but the ironic giggling never stops. The greatest humor comes, of course, from the played-up drama, where everyone, including the adults sometimes, is treating the two runaways like either escaped convicts or desperate lovers. Other movies are definitely being satirized here, but rather than any specific ones, I feel like it's just the mid-20th century in general and all the stupid melodrama. The big thing to praise about Moonrise Kingdom beyond that aspect is the design. As other people have said, Wes Anderson's movies are bizarre little artsy twee masterpieces. The silly miniatures, the bizarre arrangement of houses and sets, the odd colorfulness and unrealistic tone. You'd be hard-pressed to find any other film that looks like this. I could look at Moonrise Kingdom's strange houses and amusingly outfitted heroes all day. But for all the film's irony and originality, it still drags a bit too much in the second half and has a touch too many lapses to warrant an exceptional rating. Not to say that I didn't enjoy it, I definitely did, but not as much as the Grand Budapest Hotel, which I wholeheartedly recommend you take a look at, since it really is better in every way, in my opinion. Still, Moonrise Kingdom is great in its little way, so take out your kale salads and organic teas and pull out your solar panel to power your box TV from the 1950s and spend an afternoon watching this amusing little film. Thanks for watching.